Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this guy, Caicedo, really is the definition of the word tireless. One of the best defensive midfielders around, and he does have a constant desire to get forward and contribute to the attack. He can add some energy and dynamism to that. But what he's really, truly brilliant...
And the finish! Chelsea with the corner, they're first. Rodri attempts a clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Out of play for a throw. Tries to play it through. Not the most accurate pass. Bernardo Silva. Fofana kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. James. Now, what about a counter-attack? Looking tidy in possession here. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Pedro Neto, and it's Cucurella. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Marmouche was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Chelsea have their second corner now. Here's the header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Rodri. So we're still where we started right now. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Pinches it off him. Fernandes.
Manchester really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Oh, well played, well played. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
In by James. Punched away. He's having a pop! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Rodri. Vardiol. Kovacic. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Colwill. Caicedo. And it's James. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. James. Fernandez. And it's Cucurella. And Caicedo. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Vardiol. Reinders. And it's James. Caicedo. Now it's João Pedro. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. João Pedro. Now it's Haaland. Reinders. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that's a key interception. Just past the 40th minute mark. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Haaland. Oh, perfectly measured. That shoots! And he's done it! With half-time at hand! Perfect timing! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Kovacic. Marmoush. Cole. So a temporary halt to the action. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Chelsea trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Things are looking good for our boys as they
well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Chelsea can really do...
Could be danger here. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, just a keeper now. Tries a shot. And there's a goal. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Cucurella tries to pass it through, spread neatly, and he's managed to get free. Kovacic. Bernardo Silva. Here's Haaland. Nicely spread. Pass somewhat off target. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Fernandez.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Ah, he's given it away. Now it's Bernardo Silva. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Looking for the run.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Fernandez is wide and looking to get onto this. Rodri. It's Bernardo Silva. This is a promising build-up. Can he get it through? Knocks it into space. Haaland is flagged offside. good-looking ball. And he was quick to react. Fernandez. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Threads one in. That's the throw. Lewis. Ruben Dias. Aimed beyond the defence. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Caicedo. And the counter is on. Great vision. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Lewis. Kovacic. Rodri. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. That looks a cracking ball. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Haaland. Now, can they get him away? Hoisted it. Chance! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Played into space. That looks a good ball through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Caicedo. Cucurella. And Fernandez. Now it's João Pedro. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Guardiola.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
He's got away. Looking to play him in. Haaland!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Cucurella. And it's Cucurella. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rodri. And it's Bernardo Silva. And he skips past his man. Bernardo. Great chance! And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter.
Decent chance! It's off target and by quite a way. James. And Chalobah.
2 minutes has been indicated.
Reinders. Haaland. Haaland gets flagged offside. Time added on will be 2 minutes. He's having a hit! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And the referee brings it to a close. Chelsea suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So straight into the action. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Simons. Tries to pass it through. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, the inclusion of this fella, Mickey van de Ven, is probably an indication that the boss wants to...
And he shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Isak really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Konate, Frimpong. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Shapes to shoot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Corner number 2 then. Definitely not one of his best. Well, he has managed to get that all wrong. And he's in on goal. Ekitike. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now that looks a decent ball. Szoboszlai. Here's Jones. Ekitike. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Tottenham yet to have an attempt on goal. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Liverpool clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Simons. Jones. No way through. Threads one in. Liverpool are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive.
Kudus! And it's a goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have the first goal. Chance! It's loose now and they want to... Kudus! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Pass somewhat off target. And here's Solanke.
Solanke really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well timed, excellent interception. Good Isak. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Great chance! That is decidedly lacking.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Ekitike.
That's been slipped through. Now he's off and running. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Takes a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
João Palhinha.
Tottenham can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Danso.
And it's Udogi. Looking for the run. Now it's Simons. Oh no, this does not look good.
Szoboszlai.
Solanke receives it in a good position here.
Szoboszlai.
McAllister. That has been cut short.
Szoboszlai. Ekitike.
Romero gets over and intercepts. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know.
Udogi.
And here's Maddison. Good ball, good take. And that brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another and we know it's an awful long way back.
Tottenham are 1-0 up at half-time and it's all to play for. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Tottenham can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Gravenberg. Now it's Isak. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Knocks it into space. Gravenberg. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Robertson. Van Dijk.
Szoboszlai.
Not the most accurate pass. And that's been won straight back.
Ekitike.
Tries to play it through. Now there's a fine ball. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. That has not gone well. And it's João Palhinha. Kudus. McAllister. Isak.
Ekitike.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Danso.
Tottenham have got it back and they'll have another go. Liverpool appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Gravenberg. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are.
Big chance! And the finish!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Szoboszlai.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Well read, nice interception. Gravenberg. McAllister. Well, that is one way to stop him.
Oh, well played, well sorted out.
So, what can they make of this?
And it's Soboslai.
And here's Isak.
Romero.
Great vision. And a chance! And that's a tiny finish. And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Gravenberg. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Udogi cuts out the pass, and it's gone back to the keeper.
Van de Ven. Now Udogi.
Now, can they get it back? He's found a way through.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Udogi.
That ball looks a good one. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Jones. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Frimpong spots it and intercepts. Jones. Gravenberg.
McAllister. Ekitike.
Just 5 minutes remaining now.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Jones. Romero makes the interception. Maddison. Ambitious ball here.
Oh, that pass isn't the best.
Frimpong. Gravenberg. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Shot a goal! Oh, he's done it! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it?
There will be 1 minute
Was there
at a
ever
time.
any doubt?
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes. And that will be the final act. Tottenham can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, this guy Caicedo really is the definition of the word tireless. One of the best defensive midfielders around, and he does have a constant desire to get forward and contribute to the attack. He can add some energy and dynamism to that, but what he's really, truly brilliant at is...
And the finish! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
So, a breakthrough already. Fabian Ruiz couldn't squeeze it through, and it's James. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Chelsea are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
João Neves. Great defending, strong and determined. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for the run. This is Dembele. He's shifting through the gears here. That is great defending, so alert. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. This is a promising build-up. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's made its way to him. Cucurella. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Tries to play it through. Pedro Neto is wide and looking to get onto this. Marquinhos attempts a clearance. Doué aims beyond the defence. Nicely shaped ball. Paris Saint-Germain are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
Cucurella, he's found a way through. Defending of the desperate variety. Quality ball. And that's been won straight back. He's on it, can he get away? Fabian Ruiz. Doué. And this is Dembele. And this is Dembele. And he's running through. Oh, great chance! Dembele! And he nearly went all the way.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
This looks promising. James. Through Palmer. Now, can they get him away? And he plays one through. He's picked his way through. Good read, needed to be. Fabian Ruiz. João Neves. Fabian Ruiz. Picked out, brilliant chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Good steal, he just read it.
Doué, and here's Neves.
No way through.
Chelsea truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Shot, surely! It's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Chelsea are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Chelsea restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got...
Dembele! There it is! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Paris Saint-Germain with the lead. That's the end of the first 45.
Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. The second half is up and running.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Sanchez sends that a long way.
Looking to play him in.
Now it's Pedro Neto,
And he's gone backward here. Played back into the centre.
Fabian Ruiz. Fofana spots it and intercepts.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Chalobah.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Cucurella.
So, can they find a way to turn round this deficit?
Fabian Ruiz. And it's Doué. Oh, no joy this time.
Ah, welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Caicedo. James.
Could move up a gear here.
Now it's Palmer.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. No, that's been intercepted.
Fofana.
Long ball by the goalkeeper. Oh, that's well spotted. Can he get it through? That is a great pick out.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, he's ended up in no man's land.
Hakimi cuts it out.
João Pedro. Fernandes. There's the shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Mendes
has created one goal already.
Fabian Ruiz.
Now it's Dembele. Pitches it off him.
Caicedo.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
Chelsea really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Cucurella. And the pass is intercepted. João Neves. And here's Dembele. Played out to the left flank. Just about up to 75 minutes. Now it's Pedro Neto. Not the most accurate pass. Doué. Hakimi. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Fofana kept his eye on it, and he's there.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Caicedo. And they're back on the ball again. Fabian Ruiz. And here's Dembele. Now this could... He's had a shot! Palmer. Now it's João Pedro. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Fernandes. Shapes to shoot! Doué. Chelsea very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point.
This is Dembele. And a chance! Deftly away. And back to the goalkeeper. Pacho. Hakimi. Vitinha. And it's Ruiz. Dembele.
Paris Saint-Germain can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Marquinhos. Could be danger here. João Pedro receives it in a good position here. Marquinhos. That pass isn't the best. Pacho makes the interception. Marquinhos. And that is as far as it goes. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Tottenham going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
We are just getting started. It's us or them. Always has been, always will be. He's having a shot! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
He's rising! He will be livid with himself. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, this fella, James Maddison, could be key here, Peter. It's all about how much of the ball he has. You'll often see him drop well below the opposition midfield line to collect the ball, and that's where all that combination play begins. He can beat you in so many ways from that position.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Tottenham have a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Well, there's the clearance. Van der Ven. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Now it's Kudus. Caicedo. João Pedro. Good ball, good take. Santos is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Liam Delap. Now it's Palmer. Just eases him off the ball.
There they go, hunting again.
Udogi. Neither side yet able to find the net. And he was quick to react.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Over to the right flank. Aimed beyond the defence. That's the keeper's ball. Pedro Porro. Some good work on the right flank here. And it's Porro. This is a promising build-up. Spread to the right.
Chelsea really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term.
He's had a shot! There's a goal! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
Chelsea penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And it's hoisted clear. Another chance from a corner. Santos, bustling and very visible inside the box.
Well, he is someone you can count on to get his head.
And he's following up!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good ball! Might be danger here. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Madison. Danso gets across to intercept that. João Palhinha. Knocks it into space. Now it's Simons. Santos. Now, can they get him away? And the shot! And he has his goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
James. Just past the 40th minute mark. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Caught offside that time. Now this could be a chance. It's a good ball out wide. Cucurella. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Caicedo. Now it's João Pedro. Fernandez.
2 added minutes.
Cross goes in there. Punched away. Decent chance! Of course! Into the lead once more. Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very...
And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Santos. Palmer. Now it's João Pedro. Great vision. Pedro Porro gets over and intercepts. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And that pass just didn't quite work. He's on it, can he? Solanke! That is decidedly lacking.
Tottenham certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Cucurella. Tottenham needing a change of fortune here. Passing is crisp and sharp. Madison. Chelsea are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Udogi, impressive jump! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And he's quick to return it. Santos. Palmer. This is a promising build-up. Pass somewhat off target. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Colwell gets his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
It's a good spell of possession, this. And he was alert to it. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He has found the way through.
Udogi.
Maddison. And the counter is on. Now then. Looking to play him in. It's come to nothing. James. Palmer. Fernandez. Liam Talat. Santos is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Liam Talat does have his name on the score sheet, of course. It's Talat! Frustratingly close. João Palhinha. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Just needs a little bit of fine-tuning.
"75 minutes played. Now it's João Pedro. Maddison. And the shot's on here.
Tottenham really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Fernandez. Now it's Palmer. He's had it taken off him. And it's Simons. He's shifted it to the flank. Palmer. Fernandez. Tottenham are running out of time and out of options.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
This looks promising. Maddison. João Palhinha. Has to go back here. Nicely shaped ball. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Tottenham really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Not the most accurate pass. Maddison. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Solanke. Kudus. Santos. Now it's João Pedro.
There will be 1 minute added time.
João Palhinha. And he welcomes it in. Fernandez.